Welcome to Review Nation, and today we are reviewing Wolfheart's new album, Wolves of Karelia. Now, this album is a very interesting album following a themed concept. Now, this is all about the Winter War back in 1939, all against the Soviet Unions and the Finnish people. And of course, this war was a pretty violent war, and as you can tell on this record, there is so much emotion, there is so much violence as well, but there are also some calmer parts. Today, I'm going to give you my thoughts on what I've thought about this album. Overall, Thomas Salkinen is a genius when it comes to melodies. And he incorporates different styles of melodies, different styles of genres as well throughout this album. Last album, Constellation of Black Light, in my opinion, was just a magnificent album. Everlasting Fall was a magnificent song. Breakwater was an incredible song as well. Overall, this album was such a tight and cohesive package. And yet the album before that, which I can't really pronounce, The Flood, an amazing song by Wolfheart. I absolutely love the slow build-up. So how did Wolves of Karelia compare to the other albums? So overall, as you know, this follows a concept theme. Now, this whole entire album feels like one song's incorporating different melodies, but also repeating the same melodies. And there are certain melodies throughout this album that make you feel very cold inside, like they make you feel you're in that Finnish winter, especially the guitar tones. The production on this album is pretty good in my opinion. It is. I just love the mixing. There are definitely certain elements of symphonic metal along with melodic death metal. It's a mellow death album playing around with genres such as black metal, black and death metal itself. And Thomas's growls on this is one of the best. Yet this album is harmonically rich, beautiful in its own way, but yet brutal. Got a stylistic approach. It's a must listen for any metal fan out there that likes melodic death metal. So first of all, let's kick off with this Winter War. Kick off the album Hail of Steel. Love the introduction. The introduction is so intense as well. It's like you are marching to war towards that front line. In 1939, you can just imagine how cold it was as the snow was falling onto the ground, looking upon the enemies. And this song delivers. The blast beats come in along with the aggressive guitar tone as well. I just love this syncopated guitar riffs throughout this particular song, and not to mention the awesome drum fills as well you're getting. But Thomas incorporates aggressive vocals. Thomas incorporates such aggressive and intense vocals that make you feel like you're in a war zone. The chorus is quite catchy. When I heard this for the first time, I swear it sounded actually like a Korn song. The chorus, it sounded like a Korn song, except it was heavier. Throughout Hail of Steel, the instrumentals are absolutely insane. They really are. And yet, they provide that brutal sound, but yet they incorporate orchestral feels that create this epic feeling. And throughout the conclusion of the song, you get an amazing guitar solo, which I absolutely love. One of the best guitar solos off the album. It leads on to Horizon of Fire. Heavy song by Wolfheart, and again his vocals are dynamic in range, and I really love the tremolo picking throughout the song. It's just another violent song by Wolfheart. Again, there are some symphonic elements that make this song grandiose, and there's some really nice guitar work as well. Horizon of Fire fits perfectly with Hail of Steel because Hail of Steel flows really well with Horizon of Fire. It's like the battle is continuing. The overall gritty guitar riffs along with the insane drumming and blast beats along with the fills, it just makes this song a very enjoyable listen, but it's such an in-your-face song as well. But those symphonic elements create the atmosphere, making you feel quite cold inside. Now, this is probably one of my favorite songs off the album, and it's Reaper. Reaper is an in-your-face, intense, something very different by Wolfheart. Also got some folky elements as well, along with that really nice folky guitar lick throughout the chorus, but yet it also stays true to Wolfheart's sound. It's a fantastic song. It's headbanging at times, but yet it's melodic as fuck. Thrashy moments throughout this song is just absolutely insane. It's quite progressive as well, but it also sounds very similar to bands like Behemoth, bands like Amon Amarth, yet it's got that black and death metal touch as well. Beautiful song, Reaper. Then it leads on to Hammer. The Hammer is more deeper, more evil sounding, incorporating elements of black metal as well. Thomas's vocals are absolutely fantastic in this, and I really love the guitar riffs. It just fires something into you, like you want to join this war. You want to join Winter War back in 1939. This is a fantastic song, it really is. The longest song off the album, indeed. It's about 6 minutes and 10 seconds, but damn, it's got some black metal elements, some black and death metal elements, along with melodic death metal elements. This song has it all. Probably Reaper and the Hammer is definitely my favorite songs off the album because how different they sound. Leads on to an instrumental, Eye of the Storm. Beautiful instrumental by Wolfheart, incorporating nice piano key moments and very nice acoustic guitar moments. But all this calmness feels like that the weather has changed. The eye of the storm, if you get what I mean, that Finland and Russia are at stalemate here. It feels so wintry, it feels so cold as well. Well, it's very cold here right now. This song feels like winter. I just love the instrumental components throughout this song. Leads on to Arrows of Chaos. Arrows of Chaos is another intense song, and it's like you're leading on to war, you're leading on to the battle once again, incorporating elements of Hail of Steel and Horizon of Fire, the concept. The lyrical themes on this album definitely talk about the Winter War. This is all about death, so brutal and honest, and I just love it. I love the guitar riffs throughout this song. But there is also some weaknesses as well. I just feel that this song doesn't flow very well. In my opinion, it's probably the weakest song off the album. It's not a filler. It's just one of the weakest songs off the album. I feel it doesn't flow very well. But the actual flow of the song, in my opinion, it might be just my ears, but in my opinion, I just feel that Arrows of Chaos doesn't really flow that well on the album. And that's because they incorporate more symphonic elements throughout this song. It just feels like it's so melancholy, a bit over the top, in my opinion, this song. And that's just one criticism of this album. And of course, it leads on to Ashes. Now, this is a very different sound to Wolfheart. You swear this song is something out of Insomnium, at times Hooded Menace, you could say. And the reason why I say this is because it's a slow building song, but yet it's a very aggressive song as well. It's like the conclusion of this Winter War. Thomas's vocals are very good in this, quite guttural. I feel like that Ashes really ties everything together, and it's a fantastic conclusion to the album because they incorporate many different melodies from many of the other songs as well. I had noticed Ashes also has Hail of Steel melody in it, comprises tremolo picking as well. You get some really fast hitting moments as well. I just love how Wolfheart do it in Ashes. In my opinion, I feel like this is a concept themed album, or overall it's a themed album. It doesn't follow an actual story, but it follows the adventures of what happened during the Winter War in Finland back in 1939. And overall, I can say it's probably one of the It's not the best Wolfheart albums, in my opinion, but it's up there. It is really up there. I feel that maybe it might be better than Constellations of the Black Lights. But in my opinion, I feel that the album that I can't mention is probably the best album by Wolfheart. Wolves of Karelia gets an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. It was very good, but there were also some weaknesses, especially with one song that didn't flow. Although I would have liked another song to be added because this album is pretty short. I wanted another long epic song by Wolfheart, especially if you're going to have a concept themed album like this one. You want the Winter War to draw on a little bit longer. Ending it in 40 minutes, I think you could have had another song on this album. But yeah, an 8 out of 10 it deserves. I reviewed Nightwish a few days ago. In my opinion, Wolfheart, Wolves of Karelia. If any Nightwish fans are watching, check out this Finnish band as well because they are fucking fantastic, and this album was a lot better than Human to Nature. That's my honest opinion. I really enjoyed Wolfheart, Wolves of Karelia, and that's why it gets an 8 out of 10. Yeah, so guys, comment below what you thought about this album. So keep discussion going in the comment section below. Do you agree with my opinion? What would you score it as well? And I will see you in the next one.